Hey, my name is Jade Raymond. I'm the producer of Assassin's Creed, and I'm here to talk to you today about the storyline behind Assassins, exactly what you're going to be doing as an assassin and where the game takes place. Okay, so Assassin's Creed takes place during the Third Crusade. The exact year is 1191. You play Altair, a master assassin who is a member of the original clan of assassins. Actually, the term assassin comes from this clan. They were called the Hashashin, which is thought to be maybe followers of Hassan, the old man of the mountain, the guy who started up this clan, maybe users of Ashish. Your mission is to track down, find, and take out 9 key guys who are architecting the Crusades, actually making the war and the population suffer and making it bad for everyone. So you've got to hunt these guys down and take them out. We've recreated all of the Holy Land, so a huge kingdom that includes all of the major cities as they existed back then, recreated exactly as they were in the year 1191. We worked with a historian to find all of the reference material. And the guys that you take out are actually historical figures who died during the year 1191. Maybe not killed by assassins, but they could have been. You start out basically in Masyaf, which is the base in Syria that the assassins used there. And you go down and explore basically the whole kingdom. There's Acre, there's Damascus, there's Jerusalem. Probably most people have heard of Jerusalem. Acre is the city at the time that Richard the Lionheart had recently taken over. It's right by the water. And Damascus is a city that was more or less the whole time controlled by the Saracens. So that's more traditional Arabic style. And throughout these places, you're going to find these key guys and assassinate them. As you do so, you're also going to find out that there's a little bit more that they were up to beyond just profiting from the war. There's actually a conspiracy that you'll uncover, and it has implications all the way to the modern day. But I can't necessarily tell you more, otherwise I'd ruin the surprise. So you have to play the game to find out. So one little thing about the assassins you may want to know before you try and join up to their modern day counterparts is that there's a little sacrifice that's required. And if you look at Altair's main weapon, which is his hidden dagger right here, you're going to notice something in detail that he has a finger missing. And so there's part of the initiation ceremony when you make the transition from novice to assassin that is ready to go out and actually complete his missions. You have this very dramatic experience where a finger is cut off and the hidden dagger is installed. And that is there because most of the assassinations have to be done within the crowd in full view, and you can't be walking around with a whole bunch of obvious weapons if you're going to assassinate people in that context. So it's a sacrifice they were willing to make. So that was the story in a little more than a nutshell. Thanks for tuning in, and check out the future Dev Diaries. We're going to cover all kinds of topics. Hey, my name is Jade Raymond, and I'm the producer on Assassin's Creed. Today's Dev Diary is about art direction. One of our main objectives was to, of course, make the art direction as realistic and as close to the historical references that we found. But the difficulty about, having a subject where guys walk around in armor and look like knights and stuff like that is that it tends to be associated with fantasy. And one of the important things to us was making sure that the game and the feeling and the location was really relevant to people. So we played with taking these historical cities, like the ones that I was describing in the story, Jerusalem, Damascus, and Acre, and all of the countryside and the kingdom, and thought, how can we give this a treatment that feels cool and feels like something that we'd be interested in watching for 40 hours as we play? Now, we've made a huge kingdom, 3 huge cities, and it could easily get repetitive, and we didn't want that to happen. These cities in medieval times were bustling with all kinds of people, all walks of life. You have to have the poor citizens, you have to have the rich class, you have to have the merchants. These cities are being controlled mostly by the military, and basically this amounts to a whole lot of characters to create. But we have over 300 different characters to create, and that's just the completely unique versions. On top of that, we wanted to make sure that when you're going through these cities, you don't see the same person a bunch of times. So a big focus for the team was the crowd, and basically we had to put a lot of energy not only into the gameplay, but how they look. And that means that the art director and the whole art team had to put a lot of time into thinking how we would make this crowd interesting. We invented this all brand new character based on the assassins, but we also wanted to give him a look and personality all of his own. So the first reflection was, in terms of gameplay, our core gameplay loop, what is the assassin doing most of the time? Well, what you're doing is you're investigating, so you're mapping out your territory, really trying to pinpoint and locate your prey, and then once you focus in on your prey, you go in quickly for the kill, and then you get out of there. And when we thought of what you're doing most of the time as an assassin, it made us think of a bird of prey. So that became the inspiration for Altair. And in fact, Altair means flying eagle or the flyer in Arabic. If you notice, he's wearing a hood which has a little point in the front, and he has a robe that kind of splits out on the sides, and when he's in movement the sides flip up, and if you were to look at a shadow cast from the side of him, you'd get the angle of the point of the hood and then the sides of the skirt flapping up, and you'd get the shadow of an eagle. So Altair really is a bird of prey. That about sums up art direction. Hopefully you still have more questions that I haven't answered, and there are going to be more developer diaries where we go into detail on all kinds of other subjects.
Hi everyone, my name is Patrice Desilets and I'm the creative director of Assassin's Creed. Today I'm here to talk to you about freedom. Right from the beginning of conception on how we would do a next generation game, it was really important that the player could go anywhere and interact with everything. In Assassin's Creed you can experience your freedom in 3 big cities, Jerusalem, Acre, and Damascus. And you have a big kingdom to travel between all those 3 cities. The way we did our cities was basically to have a lot of blocks that are already with its own gameplay. So we have buildings where everything is interactive and it works, but also we have other ingredients that the character can interact with that are all architecture elements. So there's some beams, there's some poles. Merchant stand are also interactive. So it's a bunch of different ingredients that are all historically accurate that you put together and you build a city. And you don't even realize that it's all level design ingredients since they're all in the art direction. The social aspect of our game is using common sense or organic design. So if you start bumping people around in real life, you'll probably have some cops after you. It's the same thing in our game. If you start running and use your tackle move, after a while some soldiers will come and they will try to arrest you. But you have some blades, and we'll see what happens after that. So everything you can do with your freedom is basically driving the story forward. In a sense, our big sandbox is more like a flower box in which everything is well placed to experience your freedom in a narrative structure. Here at the entrance of Garnier Mission, you have the guard post, and you have a choice. Do I get in by fighting, like killing all the guards in front of me, or I can climb the entrance walls and then do some acrobatics to pass by the guards, or I can use the monks that I freed just before that and enter without being noticed. So just to summarize, you are Altair, the master assassin of the Third Crusade, and you can play that character the way you want it to be played and create your own experience. So that was Freedom in Assassin's Creed. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned, we'll have more Dev Diaries just for you. Hi everyone, I'm Patrice Desilets, the creative director of Assassin's Creed. Today I'm here to talk about the fight system. With our control scheme based on high profile and low profile, we have the same thing in the fights. We have the attack mode, where you attack a lot. You can go from one enemy to the other. And then you can go in defense stance, and the defense stance is all about watching what's going on and waiting for the right moment to do some counters. So the fight in Assassin's Creed is all about openings, dodging, attacking, and do counters on the NPCs. The well-placed hit will kill the enemy. We used a puppeteering concept for the control scheme in general in the game, so we're using the same concept in the fight system, where every button is mapped on a body part. The feed button is used to dodge. The free hand button is used to grab and throw, or counter grab if you've been grabbed yourself. And the arm button is used to attack, or counter attacks and counter kill. Every single weapon has its own windows of opportunities. You have your sword to do pretty powerful attack. You have your throwing knife to do long range attack. You have your fist to do fist fight. And you have your hidden blade to do pretty cool assassination. In general, in Assassin's Creed, you're the bird of prey. You're there in the crowd, ready to attack someone. But once you do, you'll have your entire city against you and trying to get you. So running in a crowd while in escape mode, it's just like a football game. So every NPC is like a moving obstacle. But also, if you don't want to deal with the crowd, you can use your free running abilities to go on the rooftops and have a total different chase sequence. When you're chased by a soldier, the HUD will change and a red icon will appear telling you that you're being seen by soldiers. What you must do then is try to break the line of sight. The icon will turn to yellow. Find a place to hide, a bench, a roof garden, for example, or even a haystack. Once you're in it, the icon will turn blue, telling you you're good. Then you'll go back to anonymous state. That means that you can get out of your hiding place and be the assassin again. So that was the fight system of Assassin's Creed. Hope you enjoyed it.